Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Or actually, it's not morning. What day is it? What time is it? Where are we? Sorry, friends. Good afternoon and welcome to Craft with Us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss B. I'm one of the children's librarians here at the Winchester Public Library. So, this is the time where we put our craft together from our fun and fabulous craft baskets, and we thank the friends of the Winchester Public Library for helping us put these all together. So we are going to get started. A couple of quick announcements, friends. Stay to the end for a little sneak preview. And next week is Labor Day, so we won't have to craft with us next week, but we'll be back the following week, which is, I think, the first day of school. So good luck to everybody. I know it's going to look really different this school year, but Miss B is sending you all the love and all the best for your school year, and I'll say more about that at the end. So today we are going to get started, and we are going to make our Apple Suncatchers. You got 2 sets of instructions today. You got the ones that came with the kit, and then the ones that we put together for you here. You can follow along with whichever ones you want. I just included a few more pieces of detail here in the yellow slip that should have been stapled onto your bag. All right, so as usual, I did a couple of the steps ahead of time, basically just so that I didn't stick glue all over myself while I was trying to show you all of the steps to make our Suncatchers. So you should have gotten some pieces. You should have gotten a leaf and a stem and an apple that's sticky. And then this is the part I did before. It's probably still going to stick to me though, friends. You got our clear sheet or the acetate sheet and some, ooh, it's like confetti, and some tissue paper squares. In your bag, you also got a filled glue bottle. I made mine in a cup, but you have a bottle, and a paintbrush. There we go. All right, and then a little thread to hang up your Suncatcher. So, if you have all of your pieces, let's get started. You'll also need a hole punch and maybe a grown-up, depending on how old you are, if you want to punch a hole in your Apple Suncatcher at the end. All right, so first things first, if you haven't done it already, both sets of instructions, and this is definitely really important, is you want to mix your glue. If you use the glue in the state that it's in, it's not going to really spread very well. So if you look at mine, it's kind of drippy. It looks like milk, or like maybe parents like heavy cream. A couple of drops of water, go shy because you can always add more water in, but you can't take it out. If you want to put water right in your glue bottle, that's okay, and then shake it up until it looks like milk, or you can dump it in something else like I did, and then stir until it's still sticky if you touch it. I'm not going to touch it right now, so that it's really easy to kind of spread and that it's translucent when you paint it on your acetate sheet. Okay, so if you have your paintbrush in your cup, or if you do this, you can drop your glue. Once you have it all mixed up, you can do your just some drops all over your sheet and then smear it with your paintbrush. It's totally up to you, whichever you want to do. You could probably even use your fingers if you want, but then you get stuck to the tissue paper. I mean, if that's your jam and you want to use your fingers, you go right ahead, but I do recommend a paintbrush. All right, so this is what it looks like at the end, and I'll explain to you why I did this. So I left a couple of gaps. You're going to need to use this glue twice. So you want to paint it all over your sheet, all over, top to bottom, left, right, center, all over the place. And then pretty quickly after that, friends, you want to take your squares and you want to glue them down while it's still sticky. And it's okay, because some of your pieces are going to overlap and they're not going to quite lay down. Like, look, if you see right here, like they didn't all quite lay down, and that's okay. You just want to make your design. You can do it random, you can do colors in different sections. It's totally up to you, just like with all of our crafts, totally up to you. Now, for my friends out there who didn't get our craft bag and you want to try to do this at home, you can do this with some contact paper. Then you don't have to use your glue, or you can use some wax paper and then you just trace it in the shape of an apple and get some construction paper and trace an outline of an apple, and you can do it that way, and then you just follow all of the exact same steps. You would just be doing a little extra work because you would be making your pieces out of construction paper or cardstock or something similar. Wax paper, that's what we use sometimes here at the library when we don't have pre-done kits, and it works just as well. You just want to make sure you do all the same steps. So you can do it that way. If you really want to try to get craft and you really want a shiny one, you can try cling film, cling wrap, but that sticks on each other and that's a chore in itself. But if you want to give it a shot, you can certainly do that. But I recommend the wax paper if you're going to try to do this at home without the materials if you missed our craft bag this morning. Okay, so once you've spread your glue and you've done your layer, you've done all of your tissue paper squares and you're happy with it, then what you do is you do a second layer of the glue, and that kind of seals it in so that we don't have any of these bits that are sticking up, and then everything lays down over each other and you've got some nice overlap and then your colors mix. It looks really cool. And so I did some of that, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So then you paint it down. And it does take a while to dry, so just any edges that you see sticking up, just make sure you cover over them. If your tissue paper folds over on it and that's a look that you like, that's okay, but otherwise it's a little wet, you can just kind of unfold it. You see what I'm doing right there? Unfold it and then just pop it right back down. There you go. All right, and then you want to brush. The glue will kind of look a little white. Just brush until it looks clear. Okay, there we go. Brush down all of those pieces. And this is where we might have to employ a little bit of patience, friends, because we do need to let it dry a little bit. You can blow on it. You can just kind of keep going over it with your paintbrush until it gets pretty close to dry. If you're at home and you have the luxury of waiting for a few minutes, I would recommend that you do that. I'm going to forage ahead so that you see what it looks like at the end. All right, so there we go. We're letting it dry. So while I'm giving it a few extra minutes to dry, I'm going to pull my apple apart. And for this craft, we only need the outside. So you can find something crafty to do with the inside of your apple. Because if we put it on the back, it's supposed to be a sun catcher. So you want the light to be able to shine through. So if you put the back on it, you wouldn't really see it. But you can. If you want to make an apple and you don't want it to be a sun catcher, you can glue the apple because it does, the back side of the apple, it has sticky paper on it on one side. All right. Now let's see. Pressure's on for me to peel this off in one fell swoop with everybody watching. Oh, I didn't do it. I knew it. Pressure was on. All right. So peel it all off, all around. And this is super sticky, my friends, super duper sticky. So try to hold it around the edges so it doesn't stick to yourself or to your table or to your dog or your sibling or your grown-up or anything like that. All right, and then you just match it up as well as you possibly can. It's okay if it's not perfect. That is okay. And then you just kind of lay it right down like so. Starting to look like an apple. There we go. So that's another step done. And now we have 3 more pieces to put together, my friends. So we've got our leaf and our stem and then our loop to hang it from. So we do more peeling and more trying not to stick to ourselves. There we go. Put it, whoop, see, I'm sticking to my table. There we go, just like that. Oh, you know what, Miss B did this backwards. The pressure was on. So there we go. I moved it over just a little bit because I want to put my brown stem on. All right. Unstick again and match it right up. And again, if it's not perfect, that's okay. There it is. It's an apple. So now this would be the time of the craft where you get out your handy dandy hole puncher and you can punch it wherever you want, friends. If you want to punch it on your leaf, a hole on your leaf, or on the stem or right here on the top of the apple, just like that. It is totally up to you. I'm going to go right to the center. And this is a little bit of a squeeze to get it on there. And then a little, there we go. Use your muscles. And then we tie it through. All right. And I'm going to just do a double knot. If you really want to make sure it's kind of slippery thread, you can do a little dab of your glue if you want to, but I'm going to tie a knot and then I'm going to turn it around back here so you can't see my knot. Look at that. There we go. And that was our Apple Suncatcher. And now you can hang it in your window and it will catch the beautiful fall light because, my friends, this is the last day of August. September is tomorrow. Isn't that bananas? Well, it's apples. See what I did there? Oh, Miss Bay's being silly. All right, my friends. So there is our Apple Suncatcher. All right, my friends. I promised you a sneak peek. So those of you who stayed to the end, thank you so very much. Quick reminder, no craft next week. It's Labor Day. We're closed. But, my friends, let me show you. We are going to be doing our crafty afternoon every Monday at 3 o'clock from today all the way to the end of the year. We have so many more weeks of crafts. I can't even count that right off the top of my head. So, my friends, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at all of these crafty things. Look, we even have a little handy helper right there. Oh, thank you, buddy. He got his mask on. He's ready to help and everything. Look at all of this stuff. What are we going to make? I'm not going to tell. You'll just have to wait and see. You'll have to tune in every week to see what we make every week from now until the end of the year. Oh, I'm a little crooked here. All right, my friends, so you got a sneak peek of what's to come. There we go, now we're straight. You got a sneak peek of what's to come. You made a beautiful Apple Suncatcher. Great job, my friends. You met my handy helper, the dino. And no crafts next week because we're closed. So I will see you in 2 weeks on the first day of school. Best of luck to everybody. It's going to be a little bit of a different school year, but Miss B knows you can do it. And we here at the library are happy to help in any way that we can as you start and move through your school year. So good luck, my friends. Mwah. Sending love and kisses. And as always, my friends, be safe, be kind, wash your hands, and wear your mask. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.